Welcome to Smart Learning. So today's topic is development of prism. So development of prism. So we have to develop the prism. So development of prism. So we have to develop the development means we have to develop the some prism. So prism. Well, first of all, we have to write the prism rules and regulations. Prism are bases are 2, axis 1, and apex should 0, and face is nothing but a rectangular face. This is the rules and regulations of the prism. And here mention the square. Square means we have to draw 4 sides. N is equal to 4 sides. Here mention the base of the side is 30 mm. So one base is 30 means all sides are 30, 30, 30. So N is equal to 4 and number of sides is equal, number of the side length is equal to 30 mm. So, and axis is 60 mm. Axis is nothing but H. Is resting on the base on the HP. So, this is the HP and this one is VP. Here mention the given data. First of all, we have to write given data. A square means square. The object is square means N is equal to 4 sides. And here mention this side is given the 30 mm. So, given before that you have to write the given data, then it is easy to draw the next steps. Next axis is nothing but H. We have to call as H height, and this one is 60 mm is given into the question, and is resting on the is resting on its base on the HP. Is resting means square. Square is resting on its base. Any base. You have to take the any base on the HP. On the HP. So on the HP means definitely it comes downside of the reference line. So this is the X and Y reference line. It comes downside of the reference line. Why? Because it always rotates 90 degrees clockwise direction HP. So H on the HP means definitely it comes downside of the diagram. So if follow the, this one is HP and this one is VP. Okay, and this one is HP and this one is VP. This one is HP and this one is VP. The square of the prism is resting on the HP. Is resting on the HP means definitely it comes downside of the reference line. So this square is on the HP means definitely it comes downside of the diagram, downside of the reference line X and Y. And this axis is given, and next is with the rectangular face is parallel to the VP. Whatever the prism of the rectangular face, this is the parallel to VP. This one is VP, so this one is parallel to VP. Parallel to VP. So this is the rectangular face. And draw the development of the prism. Next, the draw the development of the prism. Here the square is prism of the base side is given, axis also given, is resting on the HP. Definitely it comes downside of the diagram is a square, and we have to draw the projectors, and it is axis is given. So the prism is rules and regulation. Bases are 2, so 1 base and 2 base. Axis 1, here axis is given, that is H is equal to 60 mm, and apex should be 0 here. Face and rectangular face, and this rectangular face is parallel to VP. Is mentioned the one point parallel to VP. So definitely you have to draw the reference line downside in the square, and above you have to project the rectangular box. Then that is the axis is 60 mm. Then definitely it is parallel to the VP. So well, see the with instruments we have to see the direct diagram. Let us take the scale. Draw a reference line X and Y up to some distance, X and Y. Then the square of the prism of the base is 30 mm and axis is 60 mm is resting on its HP. On HP means definitely it comes downside of the diagram, and the base is how much, Nana? 30 mm. So we have to draw the 30 mm side. We have to draw the 30 mm side. Draw the 30 mm side. This is the one of the base. Next you have to take a protractor, place on the first point, mark on the 90 degrees, mark on the 90 degrees line point, then draw a light line, or else with the point you have to measure the direct 30 mm. Okay, this is the point of 90 degrees and I need a 30 mm of the side, so I am projecting only 30 mm. I am not extending any line. And next similarly take the second point, and that point also you have to measure the 90 mm, 90 degrees of a point, then remove the protractor. Next place the from 0, yes, this is the 90 degrees of the line, so I am mentioning direct. So then you can draw directly with the drafter, that is a very easy. So without drafter means you have to take a protractor and draw a line. This is the square. So next mention the name of A, B, C and D. Why? Because this is the reference line downside. The downside of the reference line means this is the HP area, HP plane. So that's why we have to mention the A, B, C, D. And next we have a prism. Prism two bases. So we have to mention A comma 1, B comma 2, C comma 3, D comma 4. Next we have to project above from the reference line. B point and A point you have to project, and C and D you have to project. Then you got A prime and B prime, C prime and D prime, and D prime is a hidden point, that's why I am mentioning here bracket. Here also A prime also hidden point, that's why I am mentioning here. So you have to draw the axis. Axis is equal to 60 mm given in the question. So before that you have to mention the axis of the square. So is passing through the midpoint. This is the O point. From O to you have to mention this is the O prime, and the axis is almost 60 mm is given into the question. So 60 mm axis, and here mention the side is nothing but side of the, this is the square, the side of 30, so the four sides 1 2 3 4, four sides are 30, and this axis is given 60 mm. He is resting on HP means definitely it comes downside of the diagram. So we have already drawn the square and we have to draw the axis is 60 mm. So take a scale and measure the 60 mm height, and this is the dotted line. Why? Because axis is passing through dotted line. Similarly, have to draw the 60 mm from A prime to B prime to 1 prime and 2 prime, and here also 60 mm, that is C prime D prime to 3 prime and 4 prime, and I have to draw the base is 3 mm. So similarly here also mentioned 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime and 4 prime. And similarly have to draw the development of the square. So now this is the square. So this is the square means 1 2 3 4, four sides square. So you have to develop, so means you have to cut the one height, any side of the height, then you have to develop the square, means you got a 1 2 3 4, four boxes of that. So you have to close the thus four surfaces, then you got a square. So mention the, this is the A, B, C, D, again A. So you have to join from A to A, then you got a square. So you have to calculate the this length of the square, this length of the surface, and the height is given in the question and the length is you have to calculate. How to calculate length means length of the scale, number of side into side of the length. You have to calculate. Number of the side in the square means 4 into side of the length is nothing but here given in the question 4 into 30, 120 mm. So you have to draw the with the reference line. You have to mention 120 mm means 120 means 12 mm. 120 means you have to draw the 120 mm of the line. You have to draw. Take a scale from 0 and 12. 120 mm length and next 60 mm height, and this side also 60 mm height. Draw a rectangular box, then close the rectangular box with the given distance, and this I have to divide the length of the 120 mm divide into 4 equal parts. Why? Because the square is equal to 4 sides. So give the 3, 6, 9 and 12. Next you have to draw the vertical lines. Join vertical lines. Join vertical lines. Mention the name of A, B, C, D and A. Similarly, top of the base you have to mention 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1. So then you got a square, development of the square. So this is the development of the prism. That is, the question is square of the prism. The side is 30 and axis is 60. Is on resting on the HP, definitely it comes downside of the diagram. So we drawn a 30, 30, 30. We drawn a 30, 30, 30 and we drawn a height of the 60 mm. So we have extending a prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. The axis is given 60 mm, 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime, 4 prime. The bases are 2 prism and we have to extend the square. We have to extend the square means 4 sides. N is equal to 4. Number of sides into distance of the side given into 120 mm. This distance is 120 mm. So give a name of A, B, C, D. Again cycle. One cycle is complete means you have to give the total cycle A to A. And here 1 to 1. This is the development of the prism.